Well, when you look at Miranda Aske, what are you thinking? She in design or something. She just looks so everyday, you know. People have been bad moods, get up with their face wrong, not feeling in a good mood. I look down from where on the balcony and Miranda, hi Richard Young, what you doing? Come down, talk with me. I say, oh, she could be so happy. She could package it and sell it. When we were in Toronto, because we were involved in this fantastic project in Toronto, I did the Pan American Games. They commissioned me to do a Caribbean fashion extravaganza. And Miranda accompanied me there and was so lauded, you know, about by the people. And it's coming from Antigua. So I was proud because right now I live 5 months here, so I could kind of say I'm Antiguan. But I was very proud to see this huge number of Caribbeans, I call them, in the audience, shocked out of their wits by the standard of work that we brought to show. And she was really about them because they came to the backstage and flooded her. And she told me a story just a few days ago. Somebody walked in to her shop here in St. John's, and the person was at that show. So she felt very special about that. So it's connective. Okay, did you know that Miranda Aske was a dancer? Loves the arts, was a fitness instructor and dancer. So I was very surprised with that. So I let her tell this transitional story of being a fitness instructor and a dancer to accessory making.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miranda Aske, and as you know, I've always been involved in some sort of activity. I was on the televised program, fitness program, but let me go way back before that. I used to do break dancing.
Break dancing. Somebody else used to do that. So, on that panel, I'll reveal later.
So I was one of the kids that used to walk around basically with one of Michael Jackson T-shirts with a badge on it and all that. I don't look like that, do I? Yeah. So that's the kind of person I was, always busy getting involved in different things. So I started off from breakdancing, but beforehand, I have to say I come from a background of dancers. My grandmother and all my great aunts were all folk dancers and musically inclined. So coming from that background, that's what motivated me into dancing. I danced for a number of years, basically, and always loved fashion. I was always involved in some sort of fashion. So I told Richard that I'm a jack of all trades somewhat. I did everything, or I tried everything. So nothing stopped me from saying that I can't do. I just did it and see where it took me. And I landed in the fashion industry by just saying to someone that I love wearing their clothes. She said to me, why don't you take a class? So I took a class and I'm here.
I want to add that she used to do her training with her accessories on. So she used to be doing her fitness training with accessories on, and that is what led to the focus. Those things are too beautiful to be doing the training with. You need to be doing more. And I also want to add, she was a finalist in an international accessory competition. She's a very modest woman sitting here. A finalist. It's the all beads. What is it called?
It's Shirafi beading contest, which is from Fire Mountain Gems. So I normally enter the contest every year. So it's pretty fine beadwork. I don't know if you guys have ever seen some of my work. And that piece actually ended up on the international magazine, Bid Magazine. It was on the back cover. So I was pretty proud of that moment, having done that. So for motivation for other young ladies who are into jewelry making, I mean, the possibilities are endless. I mean, not only what I do, but there's so many things you can do in jewelry making. And you could do it as a part-time thing, which is how I started. So coming from fitness, as Richard said, I was always wearing my accessories. That's how I sell my products. So if you look at me, I'm always selling myself. And basically, when I dress up, I want you to get attracted to what I'm wearing so I can sell it. So I'm a walking billboard.
But what comes out, what is special about that? Because when you're having the discussion, because everybody knows I'm a Caribbeanist, and it is about methodologies used by Caribbean people that we tend to ignore, is what I want us to use as our empowerment. And she was told by somebody who definitely believes in the metropolitan way, why are you wearing the accessories in your photographs? Why not? You have the shortest route to get into people's heads in an industry that is wide open. Why not sell your face one time as they get the accessory? I thought before I met her that was brilliant. And I didn't even know it was she until I found out that it was she when I met her. So then she is stuck in my mind. So we have to create new formulae. And that is what is special about acknowledging Caribbean ways. And I don't think we always have to stay in the plagiaristic, copy the metropolis. And that's what I have been promoting, and Miranda knows that. I'm caught up, almost obsessed by the fact that we have something in the New World to offer. She is a representative of it. This is New World stuff. And so no longer the New World as it was used formerly, and it was an accident of medieval cartographers on their way to the east to get spices and silks. And since who they meet, they say these people are Indies, and then say, well, they're not in the east yet, so there's West Indies. We now have to be proud of the silks that we offer the world, but we have to brand it in our own way. We can't just want to copy the ways. I look at people when they're speaking to me like that, and I'm so shocked. Why you open that book to look for the way to do a photograph? But there are so many postures and ways of movement that Caribbean people have naturally. So I'm always at loggerheads and conflict. And I am penning the brand, the Caribbean aesthetic. It has been accepted by my government in Trinidad as the formula. In fact, I'm going home to speak on it in July. The Caribbean aesthetic exists. And Caribbean designers, like Miranda, must serve it like a deity. They must be aware of their Caribbean self in their making of stuff. Because you're not finding this nowhere else.
One of the things I have to add, I visualize myself as a jazz singer. So so basically, when you see me taking my photos, you look at me and you think I'm singing, because I must open my mouth, and I think I have beautiful teeth to begin with, so that's another enhancement. So whenever I'm taking my doing my photography, it's about being a jazz singer, and I think the way that I dress also emphasizes that. So, and I'm into designing as well, clothing. So everybody thinks that it's just jewelry. It's clothing and it's accessories. My motto is accessorize in the positive. So it's a whole package.
Yeah, because this is really the costuming of Caribbean lifestyle. That's part of what I consider to be the Caribbean aesthetic. And she represents it fluidly and absolutely brilliantly. So what we have gotten from Miranda is that you can make shifts and you can be dynamic. You can do break dancing. You can do fitness with your jewel accessories that you start to make hanging on your neck. Take some classes and start to develop an accessories brand that you're not sure going to go anywhere. Open a kiosk in the airport and it takes off. Everybody loves the accessories. Everybody passing by wants to get one. And now she has a space downtown St. John's, big space, and she has started producing her clothing line. I applaud her, again, as a risk taker, because I asked her, what were you doing in the transitions? Because there was a downsizing with the fitness and the dance. She said she prayed. Yes?
So, as a personal trainer, because that's how I started off in the U.S. I went for a course, a 2-year course in fitness, became a personal trainer. also Pilates instructor, which is what I was teaching on the televised program. So having done that, I was working in the gym, and they said we were double dipping. Double dipping meaning that I was getting paid for doing personal training and also getting paid for being on the floor without any break between. So they were going to take that. So there was going to be a cut in my check. So being an independent individual in the U.S., if anyone have lived up there on their own, you know what the struggle is, having to have financial support. So that big cut come from my check, I had to make a decision. So I knelt down and prayed forcefully, because with tears in my eyes and everything, and the following day I got an answer. The new client that I started training, she saw what I was doing because I took a class by someone saying to me, take jewelry making. I did that, and she says, Miranda, I think you have a natural knack for, I've been watching you for, as Richard said, I used to wear the accessories for jewelry making. I used to be a gown designer. I have a few items for you if you would like. However, long story short, I went at her home to collect the items. It was 2 suitcases of items. That brought tears to my eyes because I knew I knelt and prayed for it, and I got the answer. It was very emotional to me, having received such an instant answer to my prayer. And here am I.
So this is our testimony, or one of our testimonies to identity branding. This is Miranda Aske. Thank you very much. We move back to Delegate 2. We were so looking forward to you, Delegate 2. Not Delegate 2.